Hey guys, so welcome to my second fitness video. The first video I did, I broke down what I do on chest day. I took you through 3 of the chest workouts that I do every Monday. Today is Wednesday. I'm gonna be taking you through part of my arms routine. So I'm gonna break up my arms routine into 3 videos. We'll do this one, this will be the first one, which will be biceps. The second one will be triceps, and in the third one, I'll cover forearms. So I'm about to get started with my workout. I'm gonna take you through 3 bicep exercises in this video. The first exercise that I will dive into here is an exercise that I call curls 21. You probably have heard this under different names. Most of the exercises that I've been demonstrating in this series of videos have multiple names, so there's a possibility you've heard it under a different name, but I will explain the concept here real quick. So this is what curls 21 is. I'm gonna be executing this exercise with a kinked bar. The reason why it's called curls 21, or why I call it curls 21, is because we're breaking up typical bicep curls into 3 subsets. The first subset I'm gonna hit is gonna be 7 reps, going from full extension to halfway up. And I'll perform this over and over like this 7 times. Then after that, I'm gonna stop in the center and I'm gonna go up to full. So I'm gonna go halfway to full 7 times, 1, 2, like that. And then after all that's done, I will go full extension all the way up 7 times. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 21, curls 21, that's the idea. So let's get into it here. So there you have it. That was my first execution of curls 21. I'm starting off with a bit of a lighter weight just because I'm gonna be doing 5 sets of those. So 21 times 5, that's a lot of reps. By the end, I will probably be pretty gassed using this weight. However, once I get to the 4th, maybe the 3rd set, if I notice that it's still not enough, we'll go up by 5 or so. As far as rest times go, I leave myself about a minute or so between each set. In this case, I am timing myself right now with my iPad, and I'm just giving myself a minute to breathe and then get back into it. Okay, cool. So now I'm gonna hit it again for the second set of curls 21. So I'm about to hit curls 21 for set number 3. One thing I want to mention real quick is when I get to the bottom of each one of those curls, I am going limp. I'm getting rid of all tension in my arm and sort of resetting at the beginning of each individual rep. So here we go. We're going for set 3 of curls 21. So putting that down after the 3rd set, I'm finding that this workout already really kicking my ass for sure. Today's workout's a bit of a later workout. I'm doing this session around, I think it's 6 p.m. my time right now. I got up around 7, 8 a.m. this morning. Almost my entire day too was spent at the drum set working on my next cover. And because of all that, I'm definitely sort of a little exhausted going into this. I'm gonna probably have to go down and weight for the final 2 sets, for set 4 and set 5. Okay, so I took 5 pounds off each side. I've had 25s racked up on both sides for the first 3 sets, and now I'm down to just 20 on each side, because as I mentioned, this workout so far definitely kicking my ass. So here we go for set number 4. Perfect, I'm right where I wanna be. That was the 4th set, and that was really, really hard at the top, which is exactly where I wanna be coming into the 5th. I know that I'm getting maximum returns by how I perform this next set. So at the end of the 5th, I definitely want to be probably failing a couple sets early or a couple reps early. That just for me is a quick and easy indicator to kind of show that yes, I'm completely gassed, I'm completely drained. I've left all that I had to give in this exercise before moving on to the next exercise. So here we go for set number 5 of curls 21. Okay, so definitely feel really great about set number 5. That's gonna wrap curls 21, and we're gonna move into my next exercise. The next thing I'm gonna be doing is hammer curls. I'm about to start on my first set of hammer curls. Just want to mention real quick that for this guy, I have selected 2 weights. I have my heavy weight and my light weight. For my heavy weight, I'm gonna aim for around 8 reps. As long as I'm within 6 to 8-ish, that rep range, then I'm doing okay with this weight. I'm gonna get to 8, then I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna pick up my lighter weights, and I'm gonna do a drop set with the lighter weights, just as many as I can. I won't be counting how many reps I do. Just go until my arms fall off kind of thing. So I forgot to mention before I got into that exercise, I'm doing alternating hands for the heavy weight to around 6 to 8 reps. Then I'm switching over to the lighter weight. And on the lighter weight, I'm not alternating, I'm doing them in unison. And I did about 15 on that, but that doesn't matter. We don't count the drop set, we go until my arms fall off kind of thing. I can say right at the gate too that the starting weight that I chose for the heavy guy, probably gonna have to go down for this next one. I will be doing 5 sets of this. So after the first one, I was pretty gassed on that. I don't think that that weight will be doable by the time I get to 5. So I dropped the weight, and now I'm going into set number 2 for hammer curls. Okay, now we're on to the lighter weight. I'm gonna do my drop set. Again, we are not alternating now, this is in unison. That first workout video I did over on the other side there, I did bench press. A lot of you guys probably seen that, probably is what brought you to this video. We're still pretty early into this bicep routine, but I can say right away that I can't get over the difference between how much energy I have just in the 2 videos. The first video I did, bench press video, that was fresh out of bed. I woke up that day, took my pre-workout, already had my lights and cameras set up to get the video done, so I just came right downstairs and got to work. Today's video, as I already mentioned earlier, after a full day of learning my next cover, it's a faster, harder cover too, so my body is just not down right now. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, we worked all day, you know, it's 6 p.m., you need to be resting, you need to be editing, what are you doing? You know, putting us through hammer curls and curls 21 and bicep, all that stuff. But, you know, that's just how it goes. I talked in the first video a lot about, you know, trying to sort of juggle, sort of manage your lifting routine with drumming, especially as drummers. It can be very difficult to do because you really gas yourself on the kit, and then you come into the weight room at the end of the day or whenever it is, and you're probably not going to be putting up the same amount of weight as you could have out the gate with, you know, like full energy out of bed kind of mindset. That's no big deal though. Just as I mentioned in that first video, we always sacrifice what we do in the weight room. Well, at least I do. I always sacrifice what I do in the weight room for more time on the drum set. So this is always, this always comes second, despite the fact that some days I wish this was first, but most of the time it always comes second. All right, cool. So all of that being said, here we go. Set number 3. I went down in weight again. The drop set, I went from 15s in each hand to 10. I felt that, I think I only did 7. I know I'm not supposed to be counting, but I think I only did 7 on that last set when I was doing them in unison. So I want to see a little bit higher of a rep range for the drop set. So yeah, that's why I dropped it 5 pounds in each hand. So here we go. Set number 3 on hammer curls. So despite the fact that these are pretty light and I can really swing these, I'm still staying in control, focused on my form, up, down. I'm trying to push my elbows out in front of my body so that I'm not activating my shoulder, right? We want the elbows out in front, so it's all bicep. It's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I'm getting at. That was hammer curl set number 3. It's very, very important that when you come down with the weight, you're at the top and you come down. As you come down, you want this motion, this side, this negative motion, this falling, to be as slow and in control as possible, especially when you do the drop set with the lighter weight. The reason why is on the negative motions, the negative range, starting up here, moving down, you get 400% more muscle, more fiber tears on the negative. So it's very important that you don't cheap out on the negative. You don't want to get to the top and then sort of let the weight fall and then push back up. You want to come up in control, and then however fast you came up, I usually try and almost half that speed going down. So most of your progress, if you execute that properly, if you really focus on the negative, most of your progress, most of your growth is really going to be stimulated by that negative motion because of those 400% more tears in the negative. And that works for everything, whether we're training legs, whether you're doing bench, whatever muscle group, that releasing, that lowering is really, really going to help you with getting growth if that's what you're looking for. Cool, so I'm about to hit set number 4. Just before I do, I'm going to mention real quick that I'm still maintaining about a minute of rest time between each set. So here we go, set number 4 for hammer curls. Okay, so I'm definitely very gassed at this point. That was set number 4. We're now going into hammer curls, set number 5 here momentarily. And after set 5, I will have wrapped on the first 2 exercises for my biceps, and then I'll be hitting the 3rd bicep exercise, and then it's on to triceps. So just about there, just about done for the bicep portion. It's always kind of strange trying to work out with a mic on. Definitely a first for me. It's nice though having the actual lavalier mic going, obviously, because I don't have to rely on any sort of pencil overhead. In the first video, I used a AT2020, so one of the overhead mics that I use for the kit. A lot of you guys know that. I just propped, actually I think I used both. Yeah, I propped both in each corner of the room and then used the lapel mic. And I just found that during editing, I didn't actually really use the overheads at all. I just stuck with the lavalier. This thing managed to really pick up everything we needed. I mean, it even got the sounds of the weights and everything. So yeah, just rolling with that guy again, but it's definitely kind of weird. I'm a little worried too, right? Because I'm sweating and the mic's there, just chilling underneath my clothes. I don't know, whatever. Let's stay focused. Back into hammer curls. So set number 5, here we go. Oh, fuck. That was kind of weird. I had one of my hairs sort of cling to my elbow the whole time, and every time I moved up, it tickled me. All right, now onto the drop set quickly. So drop set on set number 5. Here we go. You know what, for this guy, I'm gonna raise it up a little bit just because this is the last one, and I really want to get everything I can out of these hammer curls. So I've gone up 5 to 15s. Nice and slow, in control. Okay, so that's it for hammer curls. We're all done with that. We did 5 sets with a drop set after each one. So the next exercise we are on to is decline curls on the bench. So I'm gonna set that up and we'll take a look at what those look like. Okay, cool, so I'm all set up, about to do some decline curls. Coming off the last exercise, hammer curls, I was using, at first I had 40s in each hand, then I went down to 30s after the first set or whatever, and now I've dropped the heavy weight, first weight, down to 25 pounds for this guy, and then I've kept the light weight at 15, which is what I finished off my hammer curl exercises with. So the rep ranges that I used for the last guy, we're pretty much gonna stick to the same sort of thing here. I'm gonna do around 10 for the first set. That's gonna slowly make its way down to 6 as the sets roll by. And I have my lighter weight selected here so that I can run through that with a drop set after each, sort of first rep range. So here we go, decline curls. All right, so these 15 pounders, a little bit too heavy. I'm gonna drop these down to 10 pounds, but the 25s worked out well. So for that first set, my actual set with the heavyweight, I did 12, and to me, what that looks like going forward is gonna be 12 on the first, like we just did, and then the second, I'll probably drop to 10, the third drop to 8, the fourth drop to 6, and then for the fifth, just keep it around 6. So that's what I'm aiming for as I go forward here. And like I already said, I'm gonna drop these 15s to 10s. Decline curls, second set. So just as I kind of mentioned in the first video, my chest video, feel free, if you guys spend a lot of time in the gym, you've got some tips, you've got some pointers you want to share with me that maybe I could share with the community in a future video, feel free, leave them in the comment section and I will be sure to get back to you. I definitely took some tips and tricks away from the first video that have helped me improve my chest routine. So just as with this video, I'm gonna look through those comments and see if you guys can sort of fill me in on any ways I can improve my technique or how I'm going about executing these exercises. So let me know, I'll see you in the comments. For bicep, I'm really on the home stretch at this point. I've got 3 more sets of this guy to go. So here we go. We are going into set number 3 for decline curls. Oh, and I'm aiming for, I did 9 last time. I aimed for 10. So this time I'll try for 7 or 8. Here we go. Oh, I don't even know if I can do that. Oh, okay, I might have to go down. It's so rare for me to be working out sort of this late in the evening. Almost always I'm working out really early. Usually it's one of the first 2 or 3 things I'll do out of bed. So I can't even get over, because I guess it's just because of how long it's been since I've done an evening workout. I'm so surprised at just how gassed I am and how quickly I am this gassed. I mean, it's completely understandable. I did drum all day. Like what can you really expect, right? So yeah, here we go. I went down and weighed a little bit. We're gonna be crushing out. Set number 3, here we go. here we go, second last set of declines. So one thing I'll mention before I get into set number 4 here real quick, it's very important to get a full range of motion out of this. There's a mechanism, there's a little bit of science behind why it's good to do, I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it. The angle that I've got my shoulder at right now, my arm at, it's straight down, right? There is some science, I don't know it, I'm not gonna get into it, I'm not gonna pretend to know it. I just sort of monkey see, monkey do when it comes to a lot of these exercises. But there is a specific reason why we want to elongate the bicep in this manner, and you get the best benefit out of this exercise, assuming that you have this kind of angle, that you're going all the way down and coming up and kind of keeping the bicep portion, your tricep, your bicep, the upper portion here, keep that straight and then just bend in the elbow as much as you can, and that's gonna get the most out of this decline form that we're in. So here we go, set number 4. And now we're on to drop set. Here we go. Ah! Whoa. Oh. It's amazing how heavy 10 pounds can feel in a drop set. Okay, so that was the second last one. Just one more to go. As I'm sure a lot of you guys are, I'm a big fan of the Joe Rogan podcast. If you haven't, I strongly recommend you guys check out one of his most recent episodes. He had Travis Barker on. It was super cool to listen to Travis Barker talk with Joe and, you know, talk about some of his experiences with Blink. And he did have some things to say about what it's like training as a drummer. So he did get into a little bit about, you know, what his sort of routine, what the, like a couple of the little things that he does so that when he goes out on the tour, his body can endure the punishment of being on the road for as long as, you know, he'll go out for. And one of the things he talked about was he does like a lot of like battle ropes. Sounded like he was really into like more kind of CrossFit training, more mobility focused training for sure. Me, myself, I think I need to start incorporating some more sort of like mobility oriented like training techniques into this lifting regime I have, because a lot of it really is for strength, really is for power, mostly like size. Actually, like a lot of these are more sort of traditional bodybuilding exercises. So I think down the line I will have to introduce more mobility stuff, especially for my shoulders. I find that as the time goes by and, you know, the longer I've been drumming, I'm getting all kinds of pain through my shoulders. Yoga helps, so that's another thing too. If you guys have pain, body-wide pain, anywhere, you know, whether it's nerve pain through your legs or your shoulders, your wrists especially, maybe your neck, whatever it is, if you have it and it's hurting you and it's preventing you from getting the most out of your practice sessions on the kit, I strongly, strongly, strongly recommend you take a week or two off the kit and do yoga every day. That's my secret. When I get to the point where I'm having wrist pain or anything, any kind of body pain, I take a break from lifting, I take a break from cardio, and I take a break from drums, and I will hit, I have some yoga DVDs. I think the DVDs I use actually are all available on YouTube for free. One of them is Bob Harper. Check out Bob Harper. He was the host of The Biggest Loser, or I think that's the name of the show. Whatever. He was the host of that show for a little bit, but before that he has his own line of fitness DVDs, and he has one DVD called Yoga for the Warrior or something. That's my favorite. I do that all the time. And like I was saying, if there's any point where I have physical pain somewhere, there's an ailment, there's a problem, something's gone wrong and it's preventing me from getting the most out of my practice sessions, then I'll take a week or 2 weeks and do yoga every single day, the full routine, sometimes even twice a day. The stretching combined with the strength, because that's what yoga is, right? It's like this way of tricking yourself into gaining flexibility but also strengthening yourself at the same time. It's so cool, and it really, really helps me behind the kit. I really strongly recommend it for anybody who is having those pains. Now, here we go. Last set. So set number 5 of decline curls. Awesome, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. This was, as I mentioned, my second exercise video. The first one was very nerve-wracking uploading because never done anything like it. I was really curious to see how you guys reacted. And because of how positive the reaction was, and so many of you have been requesting to do follow-ups to that video, that's why I'm continuing to do these videos. So I really hope you enjoyed this one as well. Thank you for checking us out. Thank you for checking out the last. I do have a playlist on my channel with these 2 workout videos in it, and I will be adding to it in the future. The next video I'll have up after this one will be the second half of the session you just saw, which will focus on tricep. And then after that, we'll break down forearms in its own forearm video. And then after that, who knows? We'll maybe I'll take some requests and we'll talk about where to go from there. So all that being said, thank you so much for checking out this video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to connect with me further, you can do so at any of my social media links. You can find those on the screen for you right now, as well as in the description below. And I will see you guys very soon with something new.